Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeOmaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeOmaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeOmaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Good morning, and how are all of you? I'm working on my app that shows a clock because I didn't do it. Just bear with me here for a second.
Oh, do you need a time check?
Nah, I'm fine.
You're fine? You want to fly blind?
Yeah, I got to
fly
work
blind.
All right, before we even get the show started, I want to really apologize and make a confession because I have been lying. I've been lying. Sometimes I'll tell you I'm lying. Most of the time I'm telling you I'm not. I really hadn't done anything with the cords underneath this
I knew
console
that. I wasn't
going
gonna
to
call
down
you
here
on
in
it.
South Florida. But today I really did. I didn't do any wood screwing. I didn't mount. No, I swear to God, Rob. I swear. I wish I could take this camera and show you what's.
Do you know,
underneath
Mike? Yesterday when you
table.
said that, I was gonna say, so did you use a stud finder or did you use any sort of anchors in your wall? And I
Right.
said, you know what? I'm not gonna pick this scab because this is a premise built on sand.
All right, let's get technical for just 1 second here,
Please.
all right? I have what would be the equivalent of a very expensive, turbocharged, glorified power strip. That's what we use. You familiar with the piece of equipment I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Rob?
of course. It
It's
probably
not,
is
it's
a
not
surge,
a power strip.
It's a surge
very,
protector too.
But it's a surge, but it's deep. It's grounded. It prevents any hum on a broadcast chain.
It's
a
emotionally
very-
grounded.
I'm not. We just for a second. I know we have guests. Can you stop with the shtick?
Yes, of course.
I'm trying to seriously make a point here. It is the size of a DVD player. So it is not something that you really just mount into the wall. You don't put it up on the wall. In fact, it's really the only way to properly put that anywhere is to rack mount it, and I don't have the capability to do that down here. So what I did this morning was crawl underneath the console, and I've rearranged wires. I did some Velcro crimping.
Hey, Velcro
Yeah.
crimping. That's a great album from ZZ Top.
Velcro crimping. And now, you see, I'm kicking my feet around here, and everything is
You were kicking your
hunky-dory.
feet yesterday, Mike.
I was kicking my feet yesterday, but it knocks it out. I just wanted to say I really did do that. I swear on my children's lives that I really did do that
When
yesterday.
we do the show open, would you take a photograph and text it to me?
Yeah, we can
Because
do
I'd
that.
like to see it.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you see it. How's that?
I mean,
I'll let you look underneath.
underneath the hood.
Yeah. Now, how is your mask before we start the real show?
It
and
still
incidentally,
sucks.
on the show today, hey, cross promoters, people that bitch about the fact that we don't promote other shows. Rob and Joe from the Rob and Joe Show are going to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Very, very funny gentlemen, and their show's all right. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I want to talk about your breathing apparatus. You have the CPAP machine like I do.
Yes, remember, Mike, when we compared our masks, that's the sound. When we compared our masks, you said it looked like I had some sort of half mask because
You
you
look
had
like
a
a
mask.
little elephant, like you were doing an elephant costume at a costume
Yeah,
party.
I got the Babar 2000, and
Right.
it just covers the nose. Yours covers the nose and the mouth. And when I spoke to the gentleman from another
Mine
land,
looks like Top Gun, baby.
yeah, it does. It does. That's what I was thinking. Maverick.
Well, it does.
Okay.
I look like Iceman.
Okay.
Please don't call me Maverick. I'd prefer the Val Kilmer character.
We all do.
Thank you.
So I went in and I gave it 5 nights with just the nose mask, and it's no good. Here's the reason. For one thing, it just covers my nose, and because of the super pressurized, humidified air, it made my nose cold at night, and it kept me awake. I know that sounds like a pussy, but it did. I mean, my nose was cold.
But you take it takes getting used to. You have to figure out the system, and both of us have to figure out I think the best possible way to use ours. I had to do it. Took me about 3 or 4 days, but you're beyond the 3 or 4 days mark.
The other problem is that I am not a tremendous mouth breather, and that's why the doctor, and I put that in quotation marks like for a chiropractor. I'm not sure a sleep doctor is really a doctor. They said that you're not enough of a mouth breather that you need a full
Like
face
a witch
mask.
doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was a
I'd say as much of a doctor as Bill Cosby is. It's an honorary doctor. So
You see, if you don't, the air passages aren't getting the proper amount and the brain doesn't get the oxygen to stop the sleep to die with the sudden heart failures that when the raglan freezes. You see.
So when I was laying in bed thinking about, God, my nose is cold. Then you start thinking about how you breathe, and once you start thinking about how you breathe, you're done because you're distracted. So I thought the best way to do it, if I can just breathe through my nose, it makes the nose chamber warmer. So I'm trying to breathe through my nose, and then when I start to fall asleep with my mouth shut, the air keeps getting pushed into my face, and I can feel my cheeks expand. But I don't want to breathe through my mouth because
You need a tighter seal. You need a tighter seal.
Yeah, well, I tried tightening it, and then what happened is
on your own.
I would fall asleep, Mike, and my mouth would fill with air, and I'd go because my mouth would eventually fill with air, and I'd expel, and then I'd wake up, and so I had to go and get the full face mask.
Yay!
Yay! So now we're tied. And
Have you tried it?
I did
Have you tried
last
it yet?
night. Yeah.
Did you love it?
I woke up this morning. It was on the floor. Apparently, I was so upset. I took it off and threw it on the floor.
I've done that before, Rob.
But your
I have
nose
done
was
that
warm.
before.
My nose has never felt better.
I have taken it off. I have ripped it off before. I have done that before. I've been there. You will. It just takes. It's the volume of air they're shoving into your face.
Yeah.
To help you breathe.
What is your setting?
and,
How many units of air do you take?
70 psi.
70? That's why you're like a Goodyear tire.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just know
I don't
mine
know.
is maxed out at 9.
Yeah, that's a pussy level.
They say that level
That
makes
is-
your nose too cold.
That is the cold nose level. Now, here's one other question I have for you, since you are the veteran here. And I got the newest mask, Mike, that does not have any sort of brace on my forehead. So
Yes.
it doesn't actually have the crossbar. So it's, much.
I don't have a crossbar either. I just have the mouthpiece that sits on my bridge of my nose.
Because it's sexier that way. And
Yeah.
so, do
Chicks seem to dig it.
Do you find when you wake up, you have more gas in the morning because the air has been shoved into your face?
No. That's only you. That's on you, Pally.
Wow, I woke up like a machine gun today. Poor Carrie. It was just, and there's just, you know what? My body is going through changes that I don't fully understand.
So you have to, it's a getting used to it thing. That's why you're ripping the thing off in the middle of the night.
Right.
And it's stressful. It's almost claustrophobic. You almost get into a sensation where you are being in a closed room. You
Exactly.
you have to acclimate to it. That's what you have to do. Here's what this worked for me.
Okay.
And you might want to try this. You have the hose that attaches to the back of the machine, right?
Right, the long hose.
And you have the face mask that goes on the front of your face, right? Mm-hmm. And do you have duct tape in your house?
I do.
Okay. Take just might want to jot this
Right in the
down,
bedroom.
Okay?
Right, okay, give me a pen.
Take the tube that goes in the back of the machine and disconnect that.
Right.
That'll give you the face mask and the tube will just be hanging, right?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm with you.
So you take that, all right, and then just for 2 nights. You don't have to do this for a whole week.
Right.
Just do this for 2 nights. But take the loose end that's just hanging there and the duct tape, okay?
Right.
And duct tape the hose to the end of your dick.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Ain't nothing wrong with having relations. Don't be ashamed of that. Relations is beautiful. When I was young, I used to always have relations. Every night, if a nice gentleman bring me flowers and candy, take me to a movie, show me a lovely evening, then I would take him home and give him hot, lovely relations. Relations is a beautiful thing. It's nothing to be ashamed of, especially to young people. You know, sometimes when I'm alone, I relate to myself.
I can relate.
So, Carla, do you like children?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can't wait for Sherman to bring me home some grandbabies.
Yeah, I know you're gonna enjoy making them babies. Got them childbearing hips. Baby pop right out.
Yeah, you know, I still got my wedding dress. If you want it, I'll take it in and let you. Well, you look so lovely, and it's white, though. Can you wear a white wedding dress, young lady? Now, Sherman, you can wear a white tuxedo. Did you know Sherman's never had relations?
Mama, you gonna embarrass my baby.
Don't we got a strong back?
Look at my
When
baby.
you get all that man and release all that's been built up for 35 years, just wanting and wanting and wanting, whoo, might make your head blow off.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Cabby Flavor Studios. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, broadcasting all over the planet. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services. With over 23.5 million downloads, we are at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and we are heard over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
You know who's great, Mike? He's a little Dickens of a guy. It's Tim Dickens, our KCJJ listener of the day. Little Timmy Dickens.
Kind of ties into the beginning of the show. Take the duct tape, put it on your Dickens. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and a podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why?
Why, Mike? Tell me.
Because they get it. This program is brought to you today by our good friends at The Man Grate.
Great thing, that man great.
This Father's Day, think the Man Grate. What is the Man Grate, you ask? Well, if you have to ask, let me explain it to you. You should know. A lot of our listeners do. They are 100% made in America cast iron grilling grates that are revolutionizing the way people grill. Men's Health magazine called them one of the best grilling accessories that money can buy. The big holiday weekend coming up. It feels like it's early, but it's Memorial Day nonetheless coming up this weekend. It's grilling season, and you know what? Man Grates are the perfect gift this Father's Day. Great for your dads, grads, or even yourself. I had broke bread yesterday with the creator of the Man Grate, the man himself,
Mr. Evan.
Yes, Mr. Evan and I dined yesterday. And
Fantastic.
It was fantastic. We both had the same crappy salad. It was delicious. But I'm digressing. Anyway, doesn't Dad deserve the best? Damn right he does.
Yeah, Mike.
So click on the Man Grate banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com for their $19.99 Dad's Day special. It's Father's Day. It's not Dad's Day. Did you write Dad's Day?
I'm just trying to mix it up, Mike.
Father's Day.
Father.
It's like when my boy gets to be a certain age, he will refer to me as Father.
Father.
just like Baron von Trapp.
Father.
Remember, each order comes with a spectacular Man Grate grilling brush.
You know what? I'm so glad you brought this up, Mike. And this is kind of a callback to my CPAP machine. When you said I needed an increased seal, I actually tightened the straps too tight. And when I woke up, I had the ring around my face where the mask was. And that grill brush was able to rejuvenate my skin and make the marks go away. And look, I've never looked better.
All right. Again, that's the Man Grate Grill Enhancement System. Order today at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and you'll have the juiciest, most delicious Father's Day ever. Oscar is taking a vacation. Is he on St. Martin? Is that where he's vacationing?
He's flying to Dean Martin, I think is what he said.
How you doing? Welcome to my island. All right.
I don't know if he's there yet because
diggers.
he flew out this morning, and we got a wonderful series of texts from, hey, I got your picture.
Yeah, okay, so you're looking underneath the counter and you see how my setup is?
Yeah, it's wonderful. It looks like Bob Vila did it. Is that nice, guys?
Only the best. You're an a-hole.
What?
You're a real a-hole.
Well, what do you want me to say?
There were wires everywhere on the floor.
Yeah, I see no wires. It looks like it's supposed
to. There are wires. Hello, Rob. The new Rob. We'll introduce you in a second.
That was Joe.
That's Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're Rob. Raise your hand. Well, that's why I said that. That's what I thought. I thought the guy with the beard was Joe. And then you did that whole musical chairs thing at the beginning as we were setting the studio.
You got that
and
right,
you confused me.
You
now
got that right when you had them move around, though.
No, but I mean, it's like I can see Rob, I can't see Joe. And then Rob started to move like he was Joe, and now I got completely... Joe, you have the beard.
Right. I'm the better looking of the two.
Yeah, much better. Much? As a matter of fact.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Much is a strong word.
There's really no contest.
So Oscar's on vacation. And they've decided to drop by and panel with us because they have a show on the More Network, the Rob and Joe Show, and they are very, very nice guys and delightful to listen to, and I urge you to check out their show. Rob and Joe are here from the Rob and Joe Show. Let's give them a nice polite.
Thank you for having us, gentlemen.
Very nice of them to make the trip in.
You guys, how long have you been pals, you two, just out of curiosity?
I don't know. Is it almost 10 years now?
Yeah, I think it might be a little longer than that.
Yeah.
We did a show together at the Baltimore Comedy Factory.
Yeah, you guys come from a stand-up background. That's
Yes.
where you do most of your stuff. Are you still both getting out to comedy clubs and doing stand-up?
Absolutely. I'll be at the fabulous Quench this Saturday, Michael Holstein's place.
So let me ask the question again. Are you actually getting out and working in a comedy club?
It's been a slow month.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Free meal, he gets paid there. Well, half price. That's
Now, when you talk about comedy, you talk about The Room. And this is not to cast any aspersions on our good friend, Mr. Michael Holstein. Quench, a fabulous watering hole.
Wonderful.
Give him a little plug there. But I always found we've been there. Rob, you've been there a bunch of times. I've only been there a couple of times.
Oh, I used to host a trivia night there.
I find that, you know how you can walk into a room and you can feel like the room, it's ready to go.
It's conducive.
Right.
Now, that is not what I would describe as a room that's conducive to stand-up, Rob.
It's not conducive at all, but it's conducive for me making a few bucks every couple months.
Yeah.
that's
and with
good.
Michael Holstein, few bucks is probably quite literal.
It's
there's
one of
that
these
plug.
deals where the crowd isn't sure that a comedy show is about to happen. It's hard enough doing comedy when they're there to see comedy.
Do they think that when you're there and you
I
stand
know.
up and
That-
start
that's my
talking,
point.
when you stand up and start doing your act, do they think you're just another guy that's there that's just addressing the room, maybe
They
randomly?
want to call the authorities.
Yes, they do.
Like,
Hey,
this isn't
Al,
right.
how are you? All right.
He loses money because half the people walk out because they wanted to talk to their loved one they haven't seen in 10 years, and I'm up there talking about cell phones are crazy.
Rob, do you have the cocktail ambiance in the background?
Yeah, I can find some. Yeah, give me a
Find
sec.
the cocktail ambiance in the background. So, because I imagine that. What time do you go on? And when are you going to be there again?
Saturday the 24th. It's 9:30. The show will start. It'll be me and a
9:30.
few other comics, but I'll
Okay.
get to work for free.
Not to do some one-upmanship, but I will actually be at an even worse show.
Oh, really?
Yes, this Sunday I will be at High Tops with Mickey Coachella from the It's Mickey show. You heard it a month ago.
Mickey is. You know that I am a tremendous fan of Mickey and Joe. I haven't seen your stand-up, but I would imagine that's going to be a lot of fun. I think that would
it'll be a
lot of fun.
blast. Yeah, it's a lot like Quench in that you got to earn your 150.
Hi, everybody. Hi, my name's Rob. Welcome to Quench. I hope you're enjoying the crispy wings. And I was wondering, I know you're talking amongst yourself here, but hey, who's ready for a little stand-up comedy?
It's actually worse than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to glamorize it.
Yeah. I wish it would go that well.
Well, you guys have been doing stand-up locally for a long time and some national gigs as well. And how are you enjoying? You've been doing the podcast for a good long time. You were doing the podcast before you jumped on the More Network.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys enjoy that? Because I know, have both of you done radio as well? I know, Joe, you've done radio. Rob, have you done radio as well?
I've been on Joe's show and I've been guested on 98 Rock and the morning show with Mickey, 100 times. But
So you know the ways around it, and it's just a little bit more of a freedom of expression when you're doing the podcast. I find it a much more enjoyable process. I did radio for a long time, but I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you guys are having a good time.
we
too.
love it.
Well, the best thing is you can't bomb until later. You follow what I'm saying? Like, you don't know you're bombing until you're like, wait a minute, no one's listening to this.
True
So,
enough.
it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself because when you're in front of a crowd, you know right away that you're not doing well.
I am terrified of it. I'll be honest with you. I'm absolutely terrified. Get me a room with, I can do 800 to 1,000 screaming people that I know are there to, because they listen to the show.
Mm-hmm.
But, get me up there, and for years and years. I mean, there was a real push that a couple of friends of mine, we were talking about writing, an act, and, the featured impressions, and I dreaded it. I didn't want to do it because it terrified me.
Now, when you
I hate
bailed on it,
I-
Mike, When you bailed on it, is that when they took the name the Capitol Steps, or were they already known?
First of all, when I go to a comedy show,
right,
I'm a fabulous audience, and there are people. It goes one of two ways. You get those people. You guys have done more stand-up than I have. Would you say out of a percentage of your audience, you know the people I'm talking about, people that are there to have a good time? It doesn't necessarily matter whether your material is killing. What would it be? About 20%, maybe 10, 20%?
Good Lord, no. Are you serious? Oh my God! If you have 20% built in, you're going to crush every time.
Yeah, it depends. If you're at a comedy club, if you're at the DC Improv, you're
Right.
set up. If you don't do well there, it's really on you, because they're there to have a good time. Every time they're there, it's usually a good show, so they're conditioned. That when they're in that building, it's going to be a fun, good show. And if you don't do well there, it really is on you.
And there's the pecking order as well. You've got the MC,
right?
Then you've got the opening act, and then you've got usually the headliner. That's and there's nothing I hate worse. This is with all due respect to all the guys that are out there slaying the dragon, but I hate an MC that goes on too long. I can't stand it. If I was an MC,
agree.
my MO would be now there are rules, right? They tell you that you can only do like 5 minutes or something like that, right? You get a light. That's how they show.
Yeah, you get a light, and that
on.
means wrap it up.
Right, and but I don't know. It's just a challenge for me, and I never, I've done it, but I wouldn't want to do it on a regular basis. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to get up there. And now, what I do possess that all stand-ups have, I have that wonderful cynicism, that wonderful hatred for my fellow man, which is a prerequisite for being a comedian.
Where you're rooting against everyone else that's up there. Yeah, we have that.
Oh, absolutely.
He absolutely hates the MC, and he doesn't even know who it is.
You go backstage to most comedy shows. Man, that was fantastic! What a great set, the best I've ever seen. Yeah.
Well, we've done shows where it's the headliner that goes on so long that, like, I worked with Eddie Griffin a couple years ago, and I thought it was one of the best I've ever had. Then he does 2.5 hours, literally.
Wow.
And so by the time they're leaving, they've forgotten that I ever existed. They're like, who are you? I literally don't remember who you are.
Now, like the Improv, they do 2 shows on a weekend night, right?
Yes.
So do they get pissed when the headliner goes 2.5 hours?
They do, because it really does.
It bites their business,
Well, they drop the check, and when they do that, and then the guy decides to do. And I don't know if this is a racist comment, but one ethnicity tends to go on a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. And Mickey Coachella.
And
oh my
that's
God!
true.
I cannot believe you said that. I cannot believe you said that.
Yeah, that's offensive, Mike, to Koreans.
So Italian people go on longer
right.
than
The Italians don't. So they tend to drop the check a little bit later for the Italians.
I understand.
But yeah, a guy that we know, I wasn't going to mention any names, but he hasn't had a podcast in about a month. That guy, is notorious.
Mickey goes on a long time.
Oh my God, it's like a hostage situation, right? It's like I like this, but I have a babysitter I have to pay, and I'm going to go broke. Yeah, people. I'm always lighting him as it's not my job, but I'm in the front row, flashing my cell phone at him. Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony Capriati. Thank you. How you doing? Oh, man, okay. Hey, listen, well, look, it's getting late. But let me tell you another story. So my mama, man, I tell you, they go on and on. And then you get the average British comedian. Only supposed to be up there to do a 15-minute set, does 2 minutes.
Exactly. And most of that's pauses.
Yes. Well, it's good to have you guys here.
Absolutely.
If people have never listened to the Rob and Joe show, I always ask this question. It's a traditional question, but I've listened to the show. You guys talk about your tragic personal lives. Who's the guy with the low bandwidth? Who's the guy that's got the? Is it you? Yeah,
That's
I figured
me.
it was Joe. I thought it was
Also,
Joe.
metaphorically, I also have low bandwidth.
That's so sad.
So you're trying to do basically what we do here, where we've got, you're doing the show, but you have the convenience of being in your residence when you do it. But and then you go out and you see Rob out in Manassas, or do you go to your producer's house in Manassas? Is that
It's a producer, and we do that maybe once a month, something like that.
Yeah, producer's name is also Rob. It's very confusing. There's a lot of Robs. But we're
Now,
trying to do what you do here, but without spending any money.
Understood.
Okay. Is
Or
Rob
having any aptitude.
Is Rob? Is he a radio guy? Rob, your producer?
He's a
or is he
radio
just
file.
He's Joe's brother.
Yeah, he's actually has some pretty amazing stories about following you guys around the country like the Dead.
I believe he went to King's Dominion.
Yes, he went to King's Dominion with you.
Oh my, I remember that
He
appearance.
did strip trivia one time. He has a story about calling in and asking how you were able to interview Lou Ferrigno since he was deaf and you gave him crap. I mean,
I remember that call.
Yeah. He's
Wow,
same
but
guy,
I'm still,
really annoying.
I'm still flipped out that based on that I've probably been on a bus with this guy and seen his penis.
Is oh god, that's disturbing.
And you
Is he
have
a man?
too. Yeah.
Is he a man of larger carriage? Is he a big guy?
He looks like an albino manatee when you see him on the on the beach. It's not a good look, and he's single now. And that's not a good look.
Really?
Yeah, that's not how you want to try to.
What are the odds of that? 1 in 1.
It's funny you mention it because I'm single too, and I need a CPAP machine. There's no, I stop breathing 800 times a night.
Right.
But I can't negotiate what I'm trying to do in my personal life, and then also have. You understand? That's definitely going to
Been there,
C-block
Joe.
me. Right.
Yeah. Been there. I know what you're talking about. It is, to be honest, the first time. Mine was not later in life as fat as I am. My CPAP was originally when I wasn't this fat.
Right.
It was given to me because I have a horrible nose break that I got when I played hockey. So the right side of my nose is basically shut off, and that's why I needed it. And I was single too, and let me tell you something: nothing's going to work for you if you've got that
Right,
hose
you're right.
I'm
and
gonna
a mask.
risk
It's
death.
like
Well, it's actually.
Hey, how you doing, baby? All right. Hey, do you think you could touch me? It's not going to work at all.
You can't make it cool.
No,
Sorry.
you can. It's done wonders for Carrie and me, actually, but she is a big fan of the movie Blue Velvet.
Yeah. Put the nitrous in. Put the nitrous in there, baby. Go for it. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the parade of medical technology continues down here in South Florida. I'll tell you all about my visit to the eye doctor.
Hey.
And, like everything else, you have to caveat emptor, buyer beware, because the fact is, everybody lies to you, including the sweet, wonderful people at this office. I'll tell you all about that when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to Mike O'Mara's show. This portion of the program is brought to you by Pet Box.
I love it.
Now, we all love to spoil our pets, but sometimes it's not that easy to do that. For example, you go to one of those big box pet stores. One of the things I noticed, and this is the soft, tender part of me as a human being.
Yes.
I would go into Petco, PetSmart, one of the big box stores, and I look for a little treat for Beluga, because I've been yelling at him all week because he's got bug eyes and he's a pain in the ass and he
ugly,
loves Carla
yeah.
and hates me. So I'd like to pick up a treat. I noticed that there's this land of sameness all the time where you see the same stuff again and again and again. And it's tedious, too, because not only is it the same, but they've got this, wall of crap, and it doesn't change very often. So, who has the time to browse through everything trying to find maybe the one addition that they've put in there to get something for your lovely little creature? Luckily, with PetBox, you don't have to do that. PetBox is a monthly subscription that finds new premium healthy products that are made in the USA and puts them all into one box with, both doggy treats, food items, pet treats as well.
Not only that, Mike, toys. Linus's current favorite toy came from Petbox. It's a ball that you soak in water, so when he plays with it, he swallows the water, he stays hydrated. Great for the summertime if your dog's outside. He never drinks enough water, so while he's playing, he's actually drinking water. It's brilliant.
And great for alcoholics like myself.
Yes,
to
you can
play with
soak it in beer. That's right.
And play in the backyard. I'm curious, did you take that particular treat out of my box that I got?
Yes, Mike, I did. I did. And
Is
as a
that what
matter of
happened?
fact, I'm so glad that you brought that up because also I went and bought a lot of other treats since I have your number for your cash card too. So I went
Thank
I took all of your gifts and then took money and bought more gifts for myself.
All right, you can be flip if you want, but I think you pilfered my pet box.
Keep thinking
It's
it,
just,
Mike. It's healthy.
Let me get back to the pet box at hand. You can hand select each item for your dog or cat. Or here's the part I like to do. You let Pet Box surprise you. A portion of every Pet Box sale will go towards feeding dogs and cats in need. Get your Pet Box. It's very easy to do it. You go to getpetbox.com. Tell them a little about your pet, choose your plan, and check out. That's it. Plans start at just $29 a month. They will send you a pet box that has all sorts of cool stuff for your pet. And you can hand pick it or you can have it surprise you. And I think that's the fun part of it. All plans have free shipping within the U.S. And even better, if you go to petbox.com, it's getpetbox.com. Enter our code TMOS at checkout, and you'll get 50% off your first pet box. That's right, 50% off. You got to try Petbox with a deal like that. Half off your first order when you go to getpetbox.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. Get your Petbox today. Woof and meow. Thank
Great
you.
stuff. Love it.
All right. Welcome back to the show. Whoa, whoa. We're here with Rob and Joe from the Rob and Joe Show. Just bitter, nasty, awful comedians that are, just hate the world. That's what they're all about.
You
read
run
our
in
bios.
You run in a lot of the comedy circles. Are there any positive, sunshiny comics?
No. No, there's not.
Well, you know what? I found that like Lewis Black, as much as he's bitter on stage, is
Is
very
he a nice man?
Very nice off stage.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Usually, some of the famous comedians I found have been fairly nice.
Well,
You know what?
nice is different than being a cynic and bitter, right?
right.
Okay.
But
And
Lewis
jaded.
Black, it disappoints me to hear that he's like really nice backstage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like the idea of you. He gets off of stage and then Rob, you walk back and say, "Hey man, that was a great set." Say, "Get out of my dressing room! I don't want to see you here. You're offensive. You're offensive. Hey, don't drink my Evian." That's what I would expect. So anyway, these guys are here. We're happy to have you here, and I really, really hope that everybody at some point in their lives gets to experience this incredible South Florida lifestyle
Really?
that I am experiencing right now. I'm here to tell you that not only did I get through that website, and I'm here to give them a plug, I did okay with the Obamacare thing. So as soon as I got my new medical card with a much better plan, by the way, yes, I am paying a lot of money for it, but the fact is I wasn't able to get dick before this. So I'm very happy, and what we chose to do is get all of our preventative maintenance done. We decided to get everything that we needed to get done. That means eye exam. That means a doctor's checkup. That means getting things that were little nagging injuries, and I feel better than I've ever felt. And the fact is, I'm going to these things. Yesterday was the eye exam because they have an office. Literally, we can walk to it from where I live. It was right there. The office was staring me in the face.
It's not in your community. It's just outside your community?
Rob, it almost is. It really is. It is literally just outside. There's nothing else there. You have the community, and then you have this little building, and they've got an eye doctor.
It's not it's not in a house, is it? I hate doctors in houses.
No, it's a commercial building, and
Good.
before that, it was like it was some kind of design center. That's what. And then this eye doctor and this design center.
Listen, once I get my glasses, we're going to go to the design center.
Very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. What? Carla's looking at me through the window. Why are you looking at me through the window?
She can't believe you're alive.
After all the exams.
That's right.
She heard design center.
What? All right, Carla, come on in. Carla has some crap to give Rob again. I don't, Rob.
Oh,
I'm going to
God.
defend you. I'm going to defend
What's her
you.
deal?
Oh no, this is not to give you crap.
What?
This is not to give you crap, but this might put. God, I got a shock when I came over here. Miss O'Mara was taping her special across the hallway. She just decided to pop in here right now.
Hi, Carla.
Rob, this is not giving you crap. This came from Carla last night.
What?
And this is unsolicited.
This makes me very uneasy.
I know, and it should, because I don't want to put you in any awkward position here. But Carla has had an idea last night, and she wanted to throw this out at you, and I had no problem with it.
Does she know I'm happily married?
Go ahead and lay it on. Lay it on.
Happily is a
Carla.
strong word.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
Rob,
Yes,
will
Carla.
you sleep with me?
Yes, I will. I'll be down there in 20 minutes.
Worst idea ever.
You are such a ass.
Seriously, I was wondering if your father and your stepmother would like to come to Maine with all of us.
Oh, my
That
gosh.
was
I will invite
seriously,
him.
That was seriously, she knew that you were coming up with your son, and, that's kind of the dynamic where you go to the beach, and it would just, she thought it'd be kind of the place that your dad would like.
I will
So,
ask him. I
we got
absolutely
room.
will. Yeah,
we
oh,
got
God,
room
I
up
know.
there. So anyway, that's how about that?
That's
the lady
right.
that gives you crap all the time, huh?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
sorry,
And
you
now
want-
she
Mike-
asked you publicly, so you can't not ask now.
Yeah. But Mike, here's my question. What's her angle?
Hey, he wants to know what your angle is.
Because really, she just thinks I'm a dishonest dork. She can't really want this to happen.
Do you think maybe you could stop eating the banana while we're doing the show just for a second?
I like Kathy. I think she's very nice.
Well, there's two other people involved in that, being me and my father, but I'm nice that Kathy got us in. So thank you. Kindly.
There you go.
She
so
seems
you heard
nice.
it. So that's Mrs. O'Mara that wanted to invite you up.
That is so
your
cool.
dad.
Thank you.
Horny Bob Spiewak. It's been a rough year with him being banned on Facebook because of his dirty pictures.
He loves his dirty pictures.
I love them too. Big fan of your father.
He does good work.
Is he still banned? Is he still banned on Facebook?
No, he's okay right now, I think. But I think also after his banning, he plays it a little closer to the vest. I think he's doing some more 1950s and 60s pinups this week. But he'll come strong next week, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh,
All
you know
right,
what? He
so-
did a great Jennifer Aniston this week with a tie.
Yes,
that was
I saw
really
that.
nice. Yeah, it was very nice.
So we're down here, and it is close. And yesterday, we just made an appointment because it's time to get the old eyes checked. Now, I wear glasses. Carla does not, but Carla has been saying for months now. She said, I just feel like my vision's not what it was. And she goes on and on and on. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're fine. Everything's going to be okay. So we go to the old eye doctor, and I love it. The only reason we went to this place was because it was so damn convenient, and it was just kind of cool that
Did
when
you
we drive
walk?
into the neighborhood. Carla walked. I rode my motorcycle because I was having a meeting with Mr. Mangreat yesterday. So I showed up. Now, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at that?
I just imagine you've described it. It's about a quarter mile away, and you get your pipes going.
No, I was
I'm here to
riding.
get my eyes checked.
I rode it from another location.
Okay,
I was
I
coming back to
understand
the
now.
community, Mr. Ass.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. So
Did you
we
rev it
show
when
up-
you got there?
A little bit. Because the fact is, no one else is ever going to show up there in a motorcycle.
Yes.
It's
True.
That
how you
youngster.
doing? I understand you're getting your pupils dilated, but Mr. Bikerman's here. Yeah, how you doing? So we go in, very nice office. Smelled like farts, though, when we walked in.
Yeah.
You know the kind of smell that indicates that there is some sort of issue with the plumbing system.
Septic issue,
It was
yeah.
that. It was like a septic thing. It was like a generic, and it wasn't pleasant. It dissipated, or I got used to it, or maybe it was my breath flowing back in my face.
Could
I'm
have
not sure.
been either thing.
I would think that deaf people would be farting more than blind people. I would think.
Yeah, I would
And-
think so.
Yeah.
And why do farts smell?
Why?
So deaf people can enjoy them too. I want to tell you.
That's wild.
Got a couple of comedians in here. Yeah, jot that down. Way to go, Joe.
Let's do
All right.
that one.
So anyway, we go in, we walk in, and it's fine, and it's the standard eye exam. There's nothing special about it. They also have the one-stop shop where you've got, like many of these places now, you've got all the eyeglasses on one side, and there's a person that helps you with that. That's how they get you. That's how they do
They
it.
upsell.
So I walk in, and Carla, we've got the baby. Carla gets taken to one office. They've got a little technician that does the eye exams, and I get taken to another. And so she's doing all the checking with me, and then you have to put your little chin in the machine to get your eyes looked at.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady, for some reason, was challenged by this process. And I don't know what it was, but it took a little bit longer than I expected, and I began to get just a little bit antsy about the whole process because I didn't understand. It's pretty standard. You put your chin in a thing, you look in the viewfinder, and they take a picture of your eye, or they make you look at a screen. What's the deal? Why are you doing this 9 times? And then she told me to lean forward, and all was fine. I was kind of in a reclining.
Oh, well, of course. You want
So I
the
was
machine to
letting
come to you.
I was letting the machine come to me.
Well, that's why it's on. That's why it's on a
working.
boom. I mean, it can be moved. If we have someone comes in, Mike, who's infirm, and they need the machine brought to them.
Well, her comment was something along the lines of, and at your age, we all have to start thinking because everybody gets, starts to get a little cataract situation. I said, that's it. I've had the hip deal. I don't want to talk about cataracts, something that like 90-year-old people have. I don't want to deal with that right now. She said, no, you don't need anything done with cat. But we all begin, and she goes through this lengthy explanation and shows me a jar with some colored liquid in it, and she said, now up here is clear. That's your eye when you're young. As you get older, I'm like, okay, lady, just finish the goddamn exam.
That's her sales
She's a
pitch.
weird one. Now, I don't know what she was doing, but as soon as she, went down the older, but I'm like, look, I know I need a prescription. I know that I have vision that's not perfect. And so I'm 20/20 in one eye and not 20/20 in the other. I don't know what the number is.
Is that what they wrote down on the prescription pad?
Yes. 20/20 in one eye, not 20/20
And they
in the
didn't
other.
specify which eye.
Yeah. But she pissed me off, and and it's just there was just a weirdness there that was, and then she did something when Carla got done and she came in. We're in the same room. She did a thing where Carla got her pupils dilated like I did, and they gave you the drops for the exam.
Did it look horrifying?
And she said, the lady that was working on me looks over at Carla and says, okay, you're not breastfeeding, are you? And Carla says, yes. Oh. Okay, so I went, and then goes on, and then moves on, and then moves on. Well, Carla is out of her mind.
I guess so.
With that once, yes, as I was too. It's like, what's your point, bitch?
Yeah,
what are you talking? I mean, you move on casually from that, and you just went, and then moved on. So she goes back, and Carla's like, excuse me, can you enlighten me as to what the deal is with? Well, it's just that, if you're breastfeeding, it gets passed along. What gets past? I mean, is he going to hemorrhage if he breastfeeds as he's breastfeeding? And then she just casually dismissed. So finally, Carla, and rightly so, is kind of asking. He said,
sure,
I'll be right back. And then she gets annoyed. The lady that brought it up gets annoyed, goes into the other office and says to the other lady, I guess comes back, and that's when the BS train started.
Of course.
She came back and she said, they gave you a smaller dose.
What?
And I'm like, what the, what the F is
That's
going
so
on
not
here?
True.
But anyway.
And why would she ask after she administered the drops?
Because
she obviously
she's that
has a song and
way.
dance ready. She's
Yes.
got her jar of colored water.
Yes,
She's
right.
done this before. And
Maybe
she-
not.
Oh, God.
Hey, Carla, I want to ask her about that because the fact is that I didn't even talk to Carla about this. I thought the lady was BSing.
I guarantee
when
you
she
she
came
was.
back when she came back and said you got less of a dose than anybody else. I'm curious about that. So it was weird. And then I would like to probably share some information about this with everybody because they lie. There's one very important element where they lie in an eye exam, and we'll come back and talk about that on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our Amazon page. Amazon is the best way to buy anything, and I mean anything.
Anything, Mike.
Books, movies, games, toys, groceries, tools, and it's the best place in the world to buy electric. What's that?
New eyes.
That's right. Glasses.
New eyes.
Sure.
Yes. I am blind. I cannot see. Sight challenged or whatever they call it. Get ready for summer by checking out Amazon's vast selection of flip-flops and sandals.
It's a new copy, Mike, for Memorial Day.
Also, Amazon has all the top reviewed headphones at the best prices, so you can take your summer tunes on the go with you.
Right on.
Yeah. How about that, okay? And you always know how long until your summer vacation if you browse the new and popular clocks. Rob,
Mike,
you're killing me.
I swear to God, I went to the Amazon front page, and these are their spotlight items: clocks, flip flops, and headphones.
You gotta have it.
You want to know how long it is till Memorial Day at 5 o'clock, Memorial Day weekend. So check out your clocks. Say, if you want to make a splash at your next pool party, Amazon has dozens of bagpipes.
They do?
They do.
Dozens to choose from. Starting at under $200.
This is true, Mike.
They just, there's the bagpipes I want.
I swear to God, I will do a video call with somebody if they buy bagpipes on Amazon.
Yeah, we'll Skype you in.
Amazon
flip-flops.
has everything for your home and your office, whether it's paper clips, coffee, clothes, electronics, or cleaning supplies. That's the mundane.
Yeah.
If you need it, Amazon has it always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. You know it is the best way to save money and support the show. Remember to bookmark Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com and click that lick.
That's right, Hogan.
Clink that lick. Clink the lick for Amazon.
The
Thank
bagpipes
you.
were so much cheaper than I anticipated. What a joyful search that was.
All right, really quickly,
Yes.
and then I want to talk some more with our friends Rob and Joe from the Rob and Joe Show. If you want to find Rob and Joe, you go to the Mike O'Mara Show page. It's very easy. You'll see a little tab that says, did we fix it yet, Pony, with shows instead of media?
You got it.
Hit
It's
that.
already done.
Okay, so go to shows, and Rob and Joe are right there. And you guys do a show just about every week, right?
Every week.
Monday nights, right?
Yeah, we do it. We do it live on Monday night, but for most of you, you're going to listen. You're going to download it off the website. Every week it comes out basically Wednesday. It's up right now, probably. Or
As a courtesy to them, if you have a moment, go to iTunes, search More Broadcasting. All the More shows will come up. Click on their one and give them a 5-star review and leave a comment because that's
Thank
the way
you.
you keep them on the front page and new
Absolutely.
and notable. So check it out and help them out.
And we have
So-
almost 150 episodes, so
Wow,
feel
good job.
free to listen to them all this Memorial Day weekend.
All right, good.
In honor of America.
Yeah,
You should do that.
with
Check
a
it out.
bagpipe.
Here's the main thing about an eye exam. If you've ever gotten one, they lie in one particular area. They do the pupil dilation.
Now, were
That
you
is,
dilated?
I was dilated, yes. As a matter
I
of fact,
hate having my eyes dilated.
I tell you, I was dilated this morning.
that's for sure.
Man, I tell you, I gave birth this morning.
Did you know the first time I had my eyes dilated, they did it to me and they didn't tell me they were doing it? I thought they were just putting in drops.
Did they
And
ask if you were breastfeeding?
They assumed. They said, no, he's too old for that. And so I had my eyes dilated, and they sent me back out to the waiting room. And I noticed that I was putting the magazine further and further away from my face until my arms weren't even long enough for me to read. And I
Right.
went up to the lady. I said, I can't see. She says, well, that's normal when your eyes have been dilated. I said, would have been nice if you told me, because they
here's what-
just didn't tell me.
Here, they did tell us, but they
Good.
said 1 to 2 hours and things will be back to normal.
That's a lie.
That is a bald-faced lie. I didn't realize. And incidentally, no comment about, might want to take it easy, not go drive a vehicle, not do anything.
Or a
You didn't,
motorcycle.
yeah, you didn't come in on a motorcycle,
I have
did
to
you?
drive this motorcycle a quarter of a mile.
It's South Florida. It was a brilliant sunny day, and I go outside into the parking lot after this is over, and I swear, I don't know why I hit the laugh button. I was looking for the fire sound, because the fact is, my corneas seared as soon
it's so
as
bad.
I went outside, and it was 6 hours later. I
But you got
thought-
home.
No, 3 hours later, Carla, she goes out. I'm back on the bike. I had another appointment, and I'm meeting her, and I swear to God, that's our vehicle. We have a car and we have a motorcycle.
Right.
I use my motorcycle as my primary form of transportation down here. And, your eyes are so completely effed that you have what's one of the biggest side effects? The distance judgment.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's exactly what you want to have when you want to have a motorcycle crash. Is not have distance judgment. And it was 6 hours. We counted 6 hours. My eyes weren't right when I turned in last night at about 10:30 at night. I still was feeling the after effects of this goo or substance they put in there. The only cool thing is when you looked in the mirror, we both looked like members of the cast of True Blood.
Yeah,
It was kind of cool when you saw that.
You look like
Suki.
some sort of Japanese painting.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Suki O'Mara.
It was terrible.
Do they still
but
do the thing where they put the puff of air so close to your
No.
eye?
No, they didn't do that. They had a more sophisticated machine where they examined it, I think, with light. That's the way
Because
they
that
did
was
it.
horrifying when
It
they
is.
would
Yeah.
do that. Because I'm like, this person could just jerk this forward and just put my
Yeah.
eye out.
Did
Yeah,
they
it
put
was-
did they put the thing on your face with the chunk 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 better worse? Chunk
Yes.
chunk chunk better worse.
Yeah.
That's a
That
horrible
technology
exercise
is not advanced in 50 years.
I know, it's the same.
and I don't. And there sometimes it's just minute shades of difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I seem to be annoying my little test giver when I said, 4 or 5, and I'd stop and I wouldn't answer. And you hear 4.
Are you like, can I see that
5.
jar of liquid again?
Would you like to terrify my wife and say she shouldn't breastfeed? Is that what you should do? But overall, I did get my prescription upgraded a little bit because.
Nice.
Are you wearing them now?
Well, this is my old eyeglasses, and these are the ones that. But let me take them off for a second because you'll see what the problem is.
Okay.
So the problem that I have is and you wear, Joe, you wear glasses, right?
I do. If I take them off, I can't see anything but jars of liquid.
Now,
So I actually, I'm doing pretty well, and I will be getting my new Randy Jackson frames, dog.
get out, dog. Does it come
I'll
with
be
a
getting
huge
my-
wristwatch?
No, why do you think, Rob? You can relate to this.
It's 'cause they're-
why the F do you think I got Randy Jackson
Because they're
frames?
wide. I'm sure they're wide.
They're wide
For
for
a big
fat head.
face?
For a big,
Well,
huge
Does
face.
the Randy Jackson collection, is it for people that have heads the size of Randy Jackson?
Yeah, it is.
can't
It's
be.
just for him. Just for him. Now, when you
And they're
got
styling, dog.
the whole motivation for going to see the neighborhood eye doctor was that Carla is failing vision. Does she need glasses?
Oh, okay. I'm so glad you brought that up because
Thank you,
Carla
Mike.
and I simultaneously we are getting these eye exams, And they walk in, and Carla's like, yeah, I've had trouble seeing for quite some time right now. Well, Carla, I guess you're having trouble because of that 2015 vision you have.
What?
She can see through
She's
things.
2015. She's 2015. It's like, I'm like, get out. Get out right now.
She was
Get
never
out.
exposed to that jar.
No,
I guarantee
she
she
never
never
saw the jar.
saw it. No.
No
I've
puff of
never
air.
been to the eye doctor in my life.
You're kidding.
I mean, I'm a bad person. I'm not responsible. So,
But I mean,
Do you? Go ahead.
I was gonna say you've never done an eye test, like a high school screening or anything.
It's a
I
drive,
think
you
getting
have
my
to do it.
driver's license. I
Yeah,
have.
and you did okay.
Yeah, well, I've been driving. I don't know.
Excellent. Well, good for
I'm
you.
colorblind though, and I think that's getting worse.
Colorblind.
Rob, how old are you? How old
I'm
are you?
40.
You're 40. Okay, so that is usually the line of demarcation. I want to say even younger, 35
Okay.
might be when you first have you ever noticed, because that, believe it or not, I can tell this being a 54-year-old, I can tell you as the elder statesman in most rooms I go into now, the number one thing to go first is your eyes. The eyesight goes first. Have you noticed any degradation in your ability, like whether you're reading a magazine, the constant porn that you surf, you know, what
Is
is
that
the
an
status?
Asian?
Oh, that's a black man. Whoops. I need to go to
So
the
what's
eye
the
doctor.
status of your eyes? What do you think?
I think it's getting worse, but I feel like I'm colorblind, and I think that's getting worse. This is the other night I'm playing pool, which I'm awful at. I hit the yellow ball instead of the cue ball. Because I thought that was
Well,
the
what
cue
about
ball.
the stripe? I mean,
The
that's-
stripe should have been a clue.
I'm also drunk, so there's maybe that's it. But I
Well,
do
wait a minute.
feel
It's not
like
that I was going to say to Joe, what about the stripe? But I said, what if it's a solid? But even the solid has that
Sure,
other
it's a
colored
circle, right.
with a number.
And
wait
also
a
the
minute,
number
and
one.
and it's got a number on it, you moron.
why does this cue ball have
Yeah.
a 1 on it?
So
That's
he's
the worst thing I've ever
colorblind.
seen.
He's colorblind and aversion to mathematics.
It's the first number. You don't know it? It's the very first number.
It is one of the main numbers.
I only know even numbers. Next year I'll be 42.
What do you do? I'm sorry. Now the focus is on you. Now.
It is.
What is your regular job, Rob? What do you do? What's your day job?
I teach driver improvement class, and I can't see, so that's probably bad. I play videos, and then I
Literally videos, like
literally-
videotapes.
Well, no DVD.
You are a
Also.
driver. You are a driver improvement instructor.
Yes.
I wouldn't have guessed that in 1,000
Yes.
years.
Might be the saddest occupation I've ever heard.
It's pretty sad.
that is.
It's flexible and it allows me to make very little money in comedy on the side.
You deal
Ladies and
with
gentlemen, it's the Rob and Joe show.
Yes.
driver. You deal with a lot of 15 and 16-year-olds, and I'm guessing a lot of people from foreign lands.
It's people that already have their license that have gotten tickets.
They
and
need
have
to
take
improve.
this class to improve their driving.
People,
record.
they talk about this when you get this to take the points off, and they say you're going to love the
Yes.
class because it's taught
You're not
by a
going to love
comedian.
it.
No, they're going to love it
Yes.
because it's funny.
They're not
You're
gonna
that
love it.
comedian.
yes, but he's annoyed
Yes.
the whole time. It's not like he's funny.
You're the hateful comedian.
He's got to
out
walk
of my
around the
way to not be
DVD player.
Joe, does he use that in his material?
No, he's ashamed of it. That's not going to come out. He
I'm
doesn't want
very
people to
ashamed.
know.
I am looking at him right
I don't
now.
want to talk about it now.
I am looking at you right now. You have your entire body language
Yeah.
has changed
I was
right now.
surprised he told.
I just told a story that
Was
I
it the
thought
pressure?
the one was the
was
cue
it,
ball.
was it the pressure of the moment? Was it the pressure where you just said, that was a conscious decision when I asked you that. What do you do for your day job? And in the mind, you're going, do I tell him?
I
tell
usually
him or
lie.
not tell him?
I make $500,000 a year doing comedy. Why would I do something else, Mike? I'm amazing.
Now, when you're playing these DVDs, do people complain about the color adjustment on the TV set because you're colorblind?
Looks fine to me.
Yeah, the tint is all off.
Okay, we're going to come up here and come to a complete stop when you see the gray sign up in front of you.
That light has just turned from blue to yellow.
So is this and I'm sorry, I
No.
can't help
Don't be
myself.
sorry, Mike. This is the first. This is the first step towards
Oh,
helping
my business cards are here. My business cards are here.
Yay!
Hey, Carla.
You
Nice.
just
Rob's
got a
so
lucky
relieved.
break.
Thank
Carla,
God.
get the business cards. Get the business cards. They're here.
Show him.
Yay, they're
Can Carla
here.
come back in?
Your highlights so far? Yeah.
Is this do you do this full time,
No,
or
it's-
is it a part time job?
It's part time. It's a way to pick up extra money. I can do it whenever I want. I'm trying to make it sound better. It isn't.
No, there's no way.
Let me paint the real picture.
Paint
He
it.
carries a DVD player Literally. I mean, do you even have one of those anymore?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he
he
carry a
does.
VCR.
Like a portable?
It's in. Yeah, he carries it around, and then he goes to some
in my
hotel
car. I don't carry it,
in
but-
Northern Virginia. Well, it's got to get out of the car into the hotel.
Yeah.
And then he's in
Use
goes
a
in some
bellboy.
conference room
Yes.
where all these people who are
Yes.
going, 55 and a 35 are sitting there.
And don't sugarcoat it. These are scofflaws. These are not the best people.
No.
Because these are people that broke the law.
Yes, and there are people that can't just pay the fine, right? They have to go to this class.
In Virginia, if you're under the
my
age of
God.
20, you have to take this class.
Right.
So I get a lot of teenage girls, and that
Okay,
lends
you-
itself to some creepiness.
Now you're turning into a pedophile.
Yeah.
He's
Can I
there
make
trying
it
to
worse?
pick up a chick with a
I'm-
DVD player in
I'm
one
a
hand.
bloke, blind, failed comedian pedophile. Listen to the Rob and Joe show.
You are you are so. This is gold. You realize it.
Yes.
Look, your partner realizes it. He realizes this right now. I mean, first of all, his joy that the spotlight is on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But your face right now, you are just like, look at you.
Yeah.
I'm the
I've got to have
successful
you back
one.
on.
Yeah, he's
I'm
pretty
gonna have
happy
you
he
back
made the
on.
ride. He's pretty happy he made the ride. And when you do this, and you've done it for how long?
I don't want to say that.
Okay, well, have you
But-
done it for more than too long? Have you?
I've done it for like
Rob.
almost 10 years.
Okay, I was going to say, after this, even if you are totally embittered and unhappy with it, ashamed, do you have like an opening joke or that you open every class with?
What a dumbass.
Because it is sold to people as you're going to love it. There's a comic doing it, so you have to have like an opener.
Well, no, they don't. It isn't billed. I know that that's common in some places that it is a comedian teaching the class.
Right.
But that's not part of the deal. I just happen to be a comedian. Usually
Okay.
it's like some ex-law enforcement.
Because I took the class, Mike. It was taught by Jackie Vernon.
All right, and we're gonna get to Joe in a second. But Joe, you know this is your buddy. This is your buddy for a long time.
Right.
Yeah,
Long
partner,
time.
really.
As
Yeah.
long as
And-
he's
and-
been teaching driver improvement.
That's
That's
right.
how long.
Yeah.
And it really
going
isn't
to-
that how you met?
So 10 years.
Joe was texting while driving.
10 years, you know the guy. Now he's dust now. He's ashes now. We gotta get the Phoenix to come because this man
Yeah.
needs to be
Right.
built up now. Joe, what do we do? We have to help Rob. What
Well,
do
the
we
first
do to help
thing is
Rob?
we got to get him a better job, which is any job, right? I mean, just anything.
I think Mike was thinking more in the short term. I don't think he was trying
Well, how
to
much
fix
money
his life.
collectively do we have on us? And we'll just give it to him.
I'll take that.
Oh my God! Now, do you have? Is there a woman in your life, Rob? I know Joe said he was single.
barely,
but
yes.
barely.
No,
What do you mean by barely?
I live with a woman. We've been together 5 years. We're not engaged yet, and she brings that up every 45 minutes.
She's a
You're
woman
driving-
of color,
that you're,
also.
that you're. Oh, that's right. I met her.
Yes,
that's
you said
right.
At Todd's party. Yes.
So you're in a racially mixed relationship.
But I didn't know
very
that. Again, I'm
very
colorblind,
progressive.
so-
That's
He is colorblind, Mike.
Yes.
Quite literally.
colorblind,
Yeah.
figuratively and literally. So how is that going? She's a comedian too, right?
No, she has a real job, thankfully.
But didn't she do stand up? Didn't she come to the regulars thing?
I met her at a comedy show. She was in the crowd.
Oh, my!
she doesn't do stand-up.
No,
No.
she does stand-ups.
Yeah, she's funny.
Is that? Please tell me that's going well for you.
It is going well.
That's good.
But we are at a crossroads.
Yeah,
so
I don't think it's going well.
Well,
I
wait a
don't- I
minute.
think it's going
Wait,
poorly.
you
God, we
just
were- we were-
contradicted yourself. You said
Thank you,
it's
Joe.
going well, but it's at a.
Yes,
and
of
by the
course.
way, Joe, you've got to shake his hand after this because he is the result of this is that you guys are the spotlight on the Mike O'Mara show tonight. Way to go, boys!
Yes.
That's what I call
Well played.
success.
Well played.
Okay, you said it's going well, but you're at a crossroads. Those two things don't go together. It is either going well or it's at a crossroads. So, Rob, I don't know you, and you're giving
Bring
me
it on.
pain. Your face right now
Yes.
is making me feel
Yeah.
hurt for you.
Consternation
I don't-
is.
Yes, what?
He looks
Tell me.
confused and hurt.
This is my face, Rob.
Rob, tell me
It's
more,
a great
please. I'm
face.
sorry, but we have to get to the bottom of it.
We have, again, dating a little over 5 years, which I don't think is very long. I think it takes a little bit to get to really know someone. It takes 9 or 10 years.
Seriously, 5 years,
Well,
that
wait a
counts as a
minute, hold
successful
on.
marriage.
Yes, and
It
5
does.
years is a long time. Does she want to move the relationship along? Does she want to be more serious? Is that what we're talking about?
She does, and that I question that because it makes her less attractive to me that she would want to commit to me for life.
He's teaching driver improvement.
God,
Seriously.
he is complicated.
Yeah,
What a dumbass.
Oh dear God!
she is an
you
awesome
are-
girl. Joe will attest.
She
to
is
that.
awesome.
Yes,
she's
but
beautiful.
What is wrong with you? Does she have a regular job?
She has a regular job.
Is it a good job?
She has a government job. She has a clearance. She's so she has a real life, health insurance, everything that normal people
She's
have.
supporting you, basically.
Well,
isn't
no,
she?
I mean I pay half the bills, the rent and stuff. So
And he has the DVD player.
Sure,
so I
she
mean,
can't
it all
watch a
works
movie.
out.
I do that, and she drives so much better than when she first met me.
You're teaching driver's ed part-time, and you're doing stand-up at Quench. That's got to be a struggle for you, I would imagine, right?
Sometimes my comedy career looks amazing, and then people can get fooled by that. When I'm like at the Improv or I'm in Afghanistan for our troops,
Right.
and then I look successful. And
But
then
the
there's
Afghanistan
other
for the
time.
troops, don't you do that for the USO? Isn't that kind of gratis, where you go over there and you get the plane ride for free? But you get paid. Do you get? Oh wait, Joe's shaking his head. Do you get paid for those gigs?
Yeah, I do. I do it for Armed Forces Entertainment, which is the government or the military funds that themselves. So yeah, I get paid for that.
Wow.
I have to get you in for another
So
segment.
really,
let's bring it on.
Really, the
is like comedy
crossroads,
gold.
the crossroads that you're facing is the fact that you don't think she's a good catch because she thinks you're good.
I mean, it's no. She's a great catch, but
But
I'm waiting for her to just figure out that she could do so much better.
It's true. It's like
Oh
the old.
my God, you're filled with self-loathing.
Yes.
Oh, you need therapy. You need therapy.
This is it.
Yeah, this is. Well, you're going to have to do
Wow.
better than this.
Joe, please, some insight before
No,
we
well,
go to
I
break
was going to
here.
say, we're all in a very similar field in that we sometimes appear more glamorous than we really are. Like if we
Well,
pull
not
back the
today.
curtain and people see that, okay, well, he's on radio. Oh,
Yeah.
I was on 98 Rock at midnight. Nobody
Yeah.
gives a crap, right?
Right.
Yeah, but even if you were on Morning Drive, somebody walks into a radio studio and they say, "This is it."
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
horrible.
that's what most people think of a radio studio. Probably the same thing with stand-up comedy. Go to the backstage area of the Improv, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, this looks like somebody."
But
who's
you walk
past it."
out there and you're hilarious, and then people say, "Oh well, look at this guy," and then you're something, and then they start dating you and having sex with you, and then it's too late. They find out you teach driver improvement. You're already there.
But it sounds like she still wants to stay with you, right?
She does, and we'll have we're at a crossroads. So this time next
All right,
year,
you are complicated.
Yes.
Sometimes the answer is in the
we
question.
can call
I
her
guess.
right now if you want.
We will be back with Joe and the self-destructive Rob right after this. We'll have news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show.
You bring on the rain. Stop your sign. Won't you be happy again when you're smiling?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This podcast has no better friends than the good people at Encore.
True.
Fantastic supporters from way back, and they can help you out too. If you're out there shopping insurance, you know how hard it is to know which company offers the best value. Encore Insurance can help. Encore surveys the most highly rated companies in the insurance industry to compare premiums. Encore will do all the work so you don't have to. It's free. There's no obligation, and no salesman will visit you. Oscar Santana used Encore, and you should too. Last time we did our big push for Encore, you were terrific in responding and getting your free life insurance quote. Here's the number I want you to call. 866-347-5748. They will give you a free life insurance quote. I emphasize FREE free.
Right.
Might want to look into that, Rob. Might be something you could use. It's free.
I totally
Can
could use
afford.
that.
Yeah, free is great.
You can also visit smartterm.com. That's SMARTTERM. Remember, that's two T's. SMARTTERM.com. You'll find license, disclaimer, and quality customer service at that location. Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Check them out for us, but mostly for yourself. Stop paying too much for life insurance. Protect your family the smart way at smartterm.com, everybody.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents news you may not need. A comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
By the way, yesterday, right around this time, we were talking to Marcus Serta, and so we didn't get the news you may not need. And I will tell you, all is well for those nervous Nellies out there. Had a nice conversation with Marcus Serta off air. Yes, I was a little heavy-handed with Marcus yesterday, and sometimes in the heat of battle, that type of thing happens. And Marcus and I had a very nice chat. And look for seriously improved things with Omeracast. We're excited about that.
Cool.
And we'll tell you more about that. And with all the shows. That's why we're getting Rob and Joe in here. You are going to hear more cross-promotion.
Are you going to let Marcus keep Steve Mermelstein?
No, he's been fired.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sorry.
I think that was a
Terribly sorry.
wise move all around.
One of the things we missed yesterday was this controversy. Rob, are you familiar with Macklemore? With the fact that he came out on stage,
yes,
appeared to be dressed as a caricature of a Jewish person.
Exactly.
The exaggerated, almost like Nazi era caricature.
Right.
And he did this on stage. Well, he published an apology on his website for the ethnic costume he wore to a performance on Friday. In the blog post, he says again that it wasn't his intention to mimic any culture nor resemble one. With his outfit choice, the costume was a disguise so that he could sneak into the venue.
Is anybody buying this?
So it sounds like complete BS.
Of course.
Nobody's going to bother a Jew sneaking into a concert.
He says, I acknowledge how the costume could, within a context of stereotyping, be ascribed to a Jewish caricature, he wrote. I am here to say that it was absolutely not my intention. Unfortunately, at the time, blah, 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 blah. So he apologizes. But if you've seen a picture of it, and we can't show that to you right now, it's really over the top. I don't know, what the hell he was thinking. I mean, it's just like having a great relationship with somebody who's like madly in love with you and brings home all the bacon, and you say you're at a crossroads.
Well, I do know this.
Idiot would do that.
Macklemore has admitted that he is now teaching a racial improvement class. So it should be better.
Once again, we hit record heat levels in the month of April. The average global temperature last month tied the hottest April on record 4 years ago. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration on Tuesday say last month's average temperature was 58.1 Fahrenheit. That was 1.39 degrees warmer than the average last century. The last time the globe's monthly temperature was cooler than normal was February of 1985. So the one thing I hear with all this debate, who causes it, take that out of the equation. I think by now almost everybody has reached consensus that we are suffering global warming, whatever the cause.
Climate change,
some perhaps bad things are going to happen as a result. And that's why I'm broadcasting from Florida.
Yeah, you're underneath the sea. I have different statistics than you, Mike. It says here that the hottest April on record teaches CPR at Northern Virginia Community College.
Nice plug.
Great client.
Well, something for Rob with two B's.
Yes.
Paul McCartney is canceling his entire Japan tour because of illness. The former Beatle got a virus last week and canceled several concerts, apologizing to online fans. His organizers say he is not well enough, and I should say apologizing online to fans.
Right.
He's not well enough to do any of the shows.
This has really sort of laid him low. And what's sad is I was excited to see how it was going to be. It was be the first time he played the Budokan Hall since the Beatles played in, I think, 65. It was going to be sort of a historic return. This has got to be something pretty serious. But then
Didn't
again,
he get busted for pot, too, at one point?
In Japan, yeah, like in 82, I think. He was trying to sneak it back. That was the only night, Mike, the only night he and Linda ever slept apart.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Well, until she died.
And there's been a lot since then.
Do we know that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good.
But yeah, that's sad. I wish him the well and a speedy recovery.
Can't they just get a hologram to replace him?
Or Miley Cyrus.
I have been meaning to get that on the show because I want to talk about that Michael Jackson performance. And is this something that will perhaps be the advent of, with the dearth of quality new artists out there that tour, perhaps we're going to have some hologram shows. I bet we do.
And you know what? It's going to revolutionize the way they teach driver's ed improvement courses.
And now a match made in heaven. Are you ready for this one?
Go.
Justin Bieber. Name the woman I'm going to mention.
Selena Gomez?
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, no, it's Paris Hilton, I think.
Yes, there we go.
Yes. Why do I know that?
Seemed like an unlikely couple, but they definitely got rumors swirling with their latest move over the weekend. The two were spotted partying away in Cannes. It's
Cannes, isn't it?
At Busta Rhymes' birthday bash. They were together.
What? How do you get into that party?
How do you not?
I didn't get that information. It appears they got quite familiar with each other. Paris is 33. She didn't let the large age gap between her and the boyfriend singer, who is 20, get in the way of some nightclub canoodling. I think it's perfect. I think it's a flawless match.
Yeah, but who's the one who's embarrassed? Neither one, right? They're both the train wrecks.
Yeah, they're matched up, I suppose.
That's why they're perfect.
We mustn't let them reproduce, though.
They showed her hopping into Bieb's lap at one point in the night while he was sitting atop a throne. Typical night, right?
Sure.
He was sitting on a throne. About an hour later, the two were spotted leaving the club together. No word on what happened after that, but I think
Yeah.
There you go. In his limo, baby. In his limo. If your pet dies, there is a new app. And now this is not to be confused with our most recent Pet Box promotion that we're doing.
Okay.
This new app is called Pet Match.
Okay.
And if your pet dies, they will help you find a look-alike to a dog. Yeah.
That's weird. Who would do this?
Nice comment.
That
It's
is no,
weird.
but that throws
Thank
me.
you, Larry. Mike O'Mara doing the show with Larry King today. That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But you know what? What do you say to it? That's like cloning a person to replace them.
Yeah, they actually have a similar app for if your mom dies.
Yeah. And your wife. And your driver improvement teacher.
You just upload a photo of your dead dog or cat. The app analyzes the photo and searches through adoption databases in the area for pets that look like your old one. Kind of sick. Once it finds a match, it sends you the details. And now the big question, could the company, as we just mentioned, could they do another app for people where it searches dating sites for a lookalike if your significant other dies? They probably could, but for now they're focusing on apps that are significantly less creepy.
Yeah.
Their next plans for apps are ones that find lookalikes for things like jewelry and furniture. They're actually going to really...
It's still, they say less creepy. That's still creepy to me. I don't like that.
Most dogs that die are old.
That's
Right?
true.
You don't want to. You keep getting a new dog. It
We've
dies
found you another
immediately.
Good news. We've matched you up in your area with another 14-year-old lab.
It also has pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, here's the medical
just like the
bill.
old one.
New dog every 2 weeks. The site concerthotels.com has put together a chart that shows the vocal ranges of the world's greatest singers. To do it, they took a Rolling Stone list of the 100 greatest singers of all time, randomly tossed in some younger contemporary pop singers like Katy Perry and Justin Bieber, and researched vocal range data for each. Are you ready for the results?
Yes.
The biggest range, greatest range of any legendary singer, Axl Rose.
Huh?
Really? Ahead of Mariah Carey?
Kills
What about
me to hear
Freddie
this.
Mercury? Axl Rose?
Yeah, Axl Rose was named the singer with the biggest vocal range. Mariah Carey was next, followed by Prince, Steven Tyler, and James Brown. At the other end of the spectrum, in 77th place, country singer Luke Bryan. Taylor Swift
Not
was just a
surprising.
notch above him. And the third, fourth, and fifth worst were Karen Carpenter, Sam Cooke, and the aforementioned Justin Bieber.
Wow.
The singer who can hit the highest notes, Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Followed by Christina Aguilera, Prince, Axl Rose, and Tina Turner in that order. Kind of a cool survey.
That's
I like
a neat,
that.
neat
Well,
research.
they only went with 77, so that means, Freddie Mercury's not in there. I'm having a problem with him not being in the top 5.
Yeah, and who chose 77 as a number? Round it out to 100.
Well, who took Justin Bieber and put him in and took out Freddie Mercury?
Well, no, this is valued, though, because this makes Justin Bieber look bad. I'm okay with it.
Got it. Where's
Send all
Paris
letters.
with that, yeah.
Anybody that's concerned about this, send letters to Joe of the Robin Joe. Two brothers, and now a little something. Two brothers in Chesterfield, Virginia, got into an argument on Sunday night inside one of their mobile homes. They both wound up pulling guns, and the 26-year-old brother shot his 23-year-old brother in the face.
In the face.
The younger brother felt the bullet pass through his nose.
Wow.
And then he spat it out.
Tough guy.
Yeah, hardcore, baby. He was rushed to the hospital, but isn't facing any life-threatening injuries. Even on the ambulance ride to the hospital, he was conscious and talking. The older brother was arrested, but then released because he says his younger brother pulled his gun first, so it was self-defense. Charges could still be coming after the cops investigate. And the only reason they were, free of any serious injuries to the brother's mouth is because there weren't any teeth to get in the way. Hey, thank you very much. All right. We'll take a break, and we will come back and wrap things up with Rob and the Magic Audio Vault right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Yes, but as a known scientist, it was a bit surprising if the girl blinded me with something.
Welcome back to the show. Time for Rob's Magic Audio Vault, brought to you again by Mangrate.
Yes.
This Father's Day, think the Mangrate. What is the Mangrate? 100% cast iron. They're holding their prices, too. I love the Mangrate. It's fantastic. Only $19.99. Get your dad a great gift. You put the Mangrate on your little wimpy grill, and you get those great grill marks, and your food tastes fantastic. Men's Health Magazine calls it the best grilling accessory. It's fantastic, and it's got a great grill brush, too.
I'm going to use during the audio vault, every button I hit is going to be hit with the Man Great Grill Brush.
It's fantastic. Remember, that's the Man Great Grill Enhancement System. Order today at MikeO'MaraShow.com. You will have the juiciest, most delicious Father's Day ever. And remember, they are 100% made in America, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oops, sorry, wrong sound effect for that. There we go. Let's open up the audio vault for Wednesday, May 21, 2014, Rob Spiewak.
This just handed to me, Mike. Thomas Dolby teaches music at Johns Hopkins. Did you know that?
Really?
That's very cool.
He's the head of the music department.
Science!
That's
Check
right.
out his great album, The Aliens Ate My Buick. That's a good album. I like that one.
Absolutely. And, hey, that could be a teaching job. You could get a job over there in the music department. Are you
Music
musical,
improvement.
Rob?
Yeah, how hard is that to get?
Just write one hit.
That's right, one hit record.
As you consider hyperactivate one. But
Mike, we actually, since we have guests, I thought it would be fun if we play a game. So it's time to play America's favorite new game with 5 big ways to win big. Guess that roar.
Guess that roar?
Guess that roar. What I have here from vulture.com are 6 different famous movie roars from monsters. I will play the roar. You tell me who's doing the roaring, okay?
All right.
Number 1.
easy.
Okay.
That's easy. Joe had his hand up first.
It's Chewbacca, right?
Of course,
Right.
from the
Easy.
Star Wars, I guess it's 6 movies.
Are
soon
they
to
all
be
that
9.
easy?
Yeah, no, they're not all that easy.
He's from Star Wars?
Yes, the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Roar number 2.
Boy. I got it.
Okay.
King Kong.
No, I'm sorry. Incorrect.
Is that a Godzilla?
That is not Godzilla, no. Would you like to hear it again before you guess?
Sure, since
All
I
right.
got the hammer.
Sure.
Mothra?
No, the answer we're looking for, Beast
Mothra.
from Beauty and the Beast. The Disney monster, the Beast, Mike. Number 3.
Crowd doesn't like that one, Rob.
It's America's favorite new guessing game. Guess the roar. Number 3, Mike.
Oh, okay, I got it. That's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Yes,
Good.
yes,
Wow,
good
excellent.
call. Very good.
Is this going to be a weekly segment?
Daily.
Boom. That's Rob's for you.
All right, we think alike. All right, Mike, this is one I think you should get, so I'm going to ask you to guess third, okay?
All right.
This is number 4. One more time.
I know it.
That sounds like the lion, the MGM.
Exactly. It's Leo the Lion from the front of every MGM movie. Sort of a curveball.
Nice pull.
Awesome.
Very
Nice pull.
good.
Now, see, there's a big win for you. Is that making you feel better about this?
That makes up for my horrible life.
Okay, very good.
That plays at the beginning of the DVDs.
Yeah.
That's why he knows it. All right,
Right.
Our penultimate roar, Mike. Guess this roar. It's a good one. Want to hear it
Can I
again?
hear the, yeah, hear it. I have no idea.
No guess there, boys?
It's alien. It's an alien, right?
It is not an alien.
All right, I give up then.
Kathy Bates and
It's not.
About Schmidt?
Yes. You know what? We'll give it to him. That is Kathy Bates from About Schmidt.
she takes her clothes off.
We also would have accepted the new Godzilla. That's the new Godzilla
she
roaring.
went back to Godzilla.
And our final roar of the day, Mike.
Okay.
One more time. Any guesses?
I'm out. I don't
That's
know.
my girlfriend when she hears this show.
That's exactly right. No, that is the alien from Predator. That's the Predator roar.
nice.
And Mike, that's how we play. Guess that roar.
All right, turn that off. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
very
Are
good.
you familiar with, and actually I'd like to know from our guests as well, Rob, Joe, do you know Charlie Day from the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Hilarious. Yes.
Very, very funny guy, and he did a great commencement address at his alma mater, Merrimack University. I'd like to play a clip from it now. Here is Charlie Day, not exactly what you expect to hear from a commencement address.
But my lesson is this. I don't give a shit. Okay? You cannot let a fear of failure or a fear of comparison or a fear of judgment stop you from doing what's going to make you great.
All right, stop for a second,
You-
Rob.
Yep.
Stop for a second. Is he the guy? I'm sorry, but I got to ask you this.
Right.
Was he in the movie with Jason Sudeikis?
Yes.
Where they
Bad
killed Kevin
Bosses?
Spacey.
Or they had-
Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses.
He's also
He
in
was horrible
Pacific Rim.
bosses. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay.
Not succeed without this risk of failure. Everything I'm truly proud of in this life has been a terrifying prospect to me. And people will tell you to do what makes you happy, but a lot of this has been hard work. And I'm not always happy. And I don't think you should do just what makes you happy. I think you should do what makes you great. Do what's uncomfortable and scary and hard, but pays off in the long run. Be willing to fail. Let yourself fail.
Hold on, stop it for a second.
That's actually the end of it right there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Rob from the Rob and Joe Show, you listen to this?
I heard every word.
He's talking directly to you.
Yeah, that's right. I heard failure, uncomfortable, not happy.
Yeah, he couldn't be more comfortable playing those DVDs.
I believe the Merrimack University might be sending him an honorary doctorate. Mike, that's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
I hit it on you. Thank you very much, Rob. We appreciate that. Hey, Rob and Joe, this was really a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys coming in. You guys have a great show, and we are very proud to have you on the More Network. And thank you for getting us those promos, which you're going to start hearing on a regular basis. Can I say you're going to start hearing those tomorrow?
Yes.
Can we be proactive?
You bet.
All right, very good, because it's long overdue, and my apologies for that, because we do have some great shows on the network. And Rob and Joe Show, check them out on More. They're right under shows if you go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. For all technical support issues with the Mike O'Mara Show, you can contact our Sugar Glider Wrangler himself, Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. All correspondence for the show should be sent to TMOS, P.O. Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. And remember, our official eVoice hotline is open now at 800-440-8167. For Rob and Joe and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
See ya.
Bye-bye, guys.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.